What's going on, you guys? It's Cody Steck. Welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about Switchback Energy and their upcoming merger with Chargepoint. This is a stock that I've been super interested in lately. I think the merger is going to be big news, and as we get closer and as this actually comes to be, I think we're actually going to see a very big push up on this stock. This is something I've been really interested in because most of the EV companies right now have been trading mostly flat for the last couple of days after a big pullback. I'm excited to see where this one's going to go because it actually did have a little bit of a run up over the past day and a half or so. It's going to be really interesting to see where this company actually goes because I think they have such a big, massive market share. Right now, they're sitting at over 75% of the total market share, which just gives them a huge advantage. They're supposed to be pulling in over $2 billion worth of revenue by 2026. And I think that's going to give them a huge leg up on being able to become profitable, which I think they're aiming for by 2023 or 2024. I don't have the notes just right here in front of me, but I believe that was the year. But yeah, I mean, profitable in the next couple of years, $2 billion worth of revenue from in the year 2026, whereas right now they're sitting at about like 135 million in revenue. That's a massive jump in just 6 years, and I think there's a lot of opportunity for this particular company to grow and dominate in the space. You know, one thing I've been thinking about the last couple of days is it's like when you're driving a regular car and you need to get gas, you kind of just pull into any gas station, right? You pull into the one that's down the street from your house or just any one that you're driving by that's easy to get to, right? But when it comes to actually driving an EV vehicle, electric vehicle, like I have, you know, it's one of those things where if you're going to go to, like, you know, for myself, I've got a Tesla, right? So of course I'm going to go to the Tesla supercharger first, but there's only one of those in my entire market. So that kind of puts me in a tough spot if I need to go charge up my car. My second best option is going to be Chargepoint. Chargepoint has over 15 locations within a 10-minute drive of where I live and where I work. So this is way more accessible for me. It gives me a lot more options and it gives me the better opportunity to just charge up wherever I can. A couple months ago, actually, I was driving to a golf course. This is kind of before I got into everything like this, but I was actually driving to a golf course to go play some golf and noticed that there was an EV charging station there at the golf course in the parking lot. And now thinking back to it, it was a Chargepoint location. I remember seeing the orange logo there on the station and was thinking, man, that's a genius idea, right? You're going to be at the golf course for a couple hours. What better time to charge up the car if you need it and be able to take advantage of that while you're going to be golfing anyway? So I think it's opportunities like this that really set this company apart and give it the ability to basically put their chargers anywhere you need to be. It doesn't have to be like in a dedicated space like a gas station. You know, typically a gas station is going to be right on the corner of an intersection, but these EV chargers, they can be at hotels, they can be at golf courses, movie theaters, you know, restaurants. They can be anywhere, basically. You know, of course, there's going to be some laws and stuff around it, but it gives you a lot more versatility, and it's going to give you the ability to kind of charge up basically wherever you want to go. So if you don't have a charger at home or it's just too slow, you can charge up at the restaurant. You know, maybe you get 80% charge there, and then you're driving around town, and then a couple days later, you find yourself at the movie theater. You can charge up again there. I think there's just so much opportunity for this particular type of charger that it's going to actually absolutely see mass explosion for, you know, the future. The Tesla supercharger network, yeah, it's going to be better. I would probably rather go to that, especially if I'm on a road trip or something like that, just because they're spaced out so well. But to be honest with you, if I'm just driving around town, it doesn't make sense for me to go to that one charger 20 minutes away to charge my Tesla when there's 15 Chargepoint locations around me. So I'm really excited about what this company has. You know, I think it definitely blows a lot of these other companies out of the water when it comes to this specific industry of EV chargers. So I'm really excited about that. I want to jump into the stock here in just a second, kind of show you guys what the share price did today and how it compared to these other companies. But of course, I just want to talk about SBE. Be careful if you're trading into this. You know, if you're going to be trading, you know, getting in, getting out over the next couple of days or weeks, just be careful with it. I think we've seen a little bit of a run up. I do think it will probably run up a little bit more before the end of the year, but I won't be surprised if we get a pullback after the merger is complete and after that news is kind of passed. So this is something I'm definitely holding on to for the long run, and I do think that it could easily double or maybe even triple over the next couple of years. I think it's going to take a little while, but I think if this EV hype kind of continues as a whole, I won't be surprised if SBE and Chargepoint, you know, really lead the pack in this particular market. It's a great company, and I think it's got a really great outlook for years to come. So let's jump over here to the computer. We're going to be using the Webull platform. Don't forget to get your free stocks using the link in the description down below. I think you can get up to 4 free stocks right now if you sign up using the link down there. I know a lot of people are pitching that. That's just my humble brag, or not humble brag, my humble ask from you guys to you know, support the channel. Really appreciate appreciate it. So jumping in here, we're looking at SBE. You can see that over the past week, during the end of November, we had a huge run up right here, peaked out at, I think we're just under 37 right here, came back down and then peaked again at $37.13 on November 27th, which was last Friday. Since then, we've actually had a big pullback and come back down all the way to the $29 mark. So a pretty big drop there, coming back here to $29. But then we went up just a little bit yesterday, and then today had a pretty big run up to $32.56. We are down just over a percentage after hours, but not too concerning there. I think that this run up to $32 is really healthy, and I wouldn't be surprised to kind of see it hover around this area, you know, between $30 and $35, maybe even increase if the news of the merger. I don't believe there's a date that's been set for that. I'll have to double check again on the date, but I don't think they've actually given us like an official date. Everything's supposed to finalize. I thought it was before the end of the year, but we'll have to check. I do think that it will be, you know, it's going to see a squeeze. It's going to see some hype around it as we go into that. Could be a good opportunity to sell out if you want to take some profits, or just keep riding this thing. And I think you're going to do fine over the next couple of years if you plan to hold on to it for the long run. So I think it's going to, you know, kind of hover in here. Be careful if you're day trading it. I wouldn't be surprised, you know, to see a big pullback on this thing, come down even to the low, you know, mid to high 20s. I wouldn't be surprised with that. If it does, I'm definitely going to be buying a couple more shares at least. Let's take a look at Lee. Lee has seen a huge decrease over the last week. You know, from the 24th, basically, when all these EV stocks hit new highs, Lee has crashed basically all the way back down to $32. So still in a very good spot compared to where it was, you know, a month ago. But sitting at this $32 mark, it is up 1.6% after hours. But you can see here that the stock's just been beaten down over the last little while. Nikola, however, is up, actually. You can see, again, November 24th was the day that a lot of these hit highs. This one was at $34 and crashed. I think it lost over 50% of its value, coming down here to $17, and actually managed to climb up just a little bit here, finishing out the day just under $19. It is down after hours, of course. So no surprise there. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that disaster of a company. Blink, I don't think the Blink is as good as SBE. I just don't think they have the market share to really do what they need to do. I think that I saw a report that the market share, or excuse me, the market cap for Blink was at like 1.1 or 1.2 billion. It's been a couple days since I've checked, but I think that's where it was at, and that just seems really high given the market share that they have and kind of the potential outlook they have. So I don't know. I'm not saying that you're not going to do good if you're in this company, but I just have a lot more faith in SBE and Chargepoint. I think you're just going to be way better off. You're going to have a safer investment and also have more upside being a part of that company there. So again, you know, Blink kind of saw the same pullback, mostly traded sideways yesterday and today. Xpeng also saw that big decrease. You know, 1124 was actually a little lower. They actually hit their peak on the 1123, and it has come down since then and mostly traded sideways today, ending the day at 5182. And Neo, kind of the same story. It's actually pretty surprising how similar these two graphs are. You can see this huge run up from 1118 to 1123, and then it comes down and then kind of trades sideways. Same exact thing here. Big run up from an 18 to 1123, 24. Comes down and then kind of trades sideways. So these are actually kind of like tracking themselves or each other, I should say. They have you know, a lot of day traders in this. They're very speculative. The volatility is very high. I mean, you'll see like 4 or 5% swings in the high and low on the day for these two particular companies. So anyways, guys, with that being said, that wraps up the video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you stuck all the way to the end, I really appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up here on the video if you enjoyed this content. Helps me out massively with the YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate your support here on the channel. It means the absolute world to me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well and click the bell if you want to get notified when I release new videos. I release videos on all things money, stocks, and real estate, and I absolutely love talking about that stuff here on the channel, and I'd love for you to be here as well. With that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one.